All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to tonight's episode of the Sajam Bachmere Fun Madness. Tonight, we're going to talk about season 3, episode 41. Wednesdays are wacky, and you find it. And then we're going to fast forward to season 9, episode 47, Wonderful Wednesday 2. So here we go. So let's go backwards here, back to season 3. That's what we're first going to discuss. Episode 41, season 3, episode 42, I mean 41. Wednesdays are happy. So here we go. Um, so in this episode, he goes to Breakfast Club. He gets breakfast. He hangs out with the Breakfast Club. Um, he chats. He talks with Erica and with his friends. And then and then Hunter goes to first period, which is language arts with Miss Hendricks. They're probably doing some type of lesson or some type of activity, or both. And then he goes to reading with Miss Warnock, um, and they're probably doing an activity. And then they go to period 3, which is pre-algebra. Um, Miss Cornell, and they get that done. And then um, then he goes to lunch and has a breakfast meeting, and they're being kind of wacky and silly. It's just kind of a wacky day. But they're having fun. He's eating lunch and chilling with the Burrhead. And then he goes to study hall, and then science with Miss Fairchild, and then he goes to choir, and then chaotic civics, which is chaotic as always, and then resource. Um, resource. And I forgot to mention in 8th grade, every every Wednesday in 8th grade, Hunter goes to this thing called the social group, which I forgot to mention, with a couple of his Warhead friends and some other friends, Jared, I believe Cameron, Dustin, uh, um, Logan Walters, who's a friend, um, Engage. So those people are in the social group, and that happens every Wednesday during second period. And sometimes if Hunter doesn't get math done beforehand, and he needs to work on it, and he has other assignments, he gets kind of freaking out, and he kind of gets wacky. Um, he gets panicky. He doesn't want to go to social club, but um, Erica basically makes him go. So that's what Hunter does. He has to go to social club, being social group. And this day, I think he got his. So they do. What happens is on Tuesday he does Tuesday's work and Wednesday's work. because he has social group pretty much the whole seventh period. Pretty much. Well, the first half of seventh period, he gets math done. Actually, I mean, he works on math. Uh, and then he goes to social group and they do that. Um, and then he goes back to resources. He finishes math, or they do it before, or they do it during Breakfast Club as well. That's another time they work on it. Now, or they just finish it the next day because since the week's homework is not due until Friday, so but it still gets Hunter nervous and kind of gets him all wacky and all crazy. But anyway, which I think happens a little bit. But he goes to social club, does that, and he finishes his assignment. He's saying, "Thank God, praise God that the assignment is done." And he goes, the day is done. And he heads home for the evening and slays for the rest of the day, and that's it. So now I'm going to fast forward to season 9, um, episode 47. And here we go. So this is the fifth grade now. We're in the middle of the second semester already, which is crazy to think about. But anyway, of 11th grade, and this is a normal Wednesday. So he gets breakfast, he gets to Hartland, and today is the English day at Hartland with Miss Bummer, whatever her name is. Um, and they do the bell work, and then they begin to do activity, and then they have their break, and then they finish the activity, and then they have like a lesson or something, and then an assignment. And that's basically it for English for the first 3 periods of the day at Hartman. So Hartman gets done, he heads back to school to do study hall, and then he has lunch, and he has a Burrhead meeting. He chats with the Burrhead members, eats his lunch, chill, and this is a wonderful Wednesday. If things going smoothly, if things going well. Then he goes to ICP, which is science, physics, for fourth period with Mr. Mindock. So he does that. It goes pretty smoothly, it goes pretty decent. And then he goes to Algebra 2. Is this a pretty, I think, a chill period, a chill day, no assignment, which is good. Um, but he gets through that. This is a pretty chill day. And he goes to resource and he's just having a wonderful time in resource, just watching YouTube, having fun, just chilling, relaxing on the Wednesday. This is a wonderful day. And then he goes to U.S. history. They do the work and he does some work in there, and then he goes home for the night, and that's it. So, and that's it for today's episode of Marathon Madness. I hope everyone has a wonderful Wednesday night tonight, and I'll see you back to your Thursday night for another episode of Savage on Block Marathon Madness. Bye, everybody.